Hi, I'm here today with Dr. Lara Devgan, who is an amazing doctor, and she can really do magic. So we're here with Ali, and you all know Ali. She's the manager of my boutique at Kleinfeld, and she's getting married on September the 8th. So we are now at, I would say, the most important phases of doing everything so that our Ali can be perfect on her wedding day. Now, Ali has a little issue with an asymmetry on her lip, and we're here with Dr. Lara Devgan to help us, even that asymmetry and make it look perfect, because we all know that on our wedding day, we're in front of those cameras taking an endless number of pictures, and we really want to be perfect. So Ali, tell me what bothers you.
So on the left side of my upper lip, since I'm a kid, I always have a little bit of asymmetry. So one side of my lip goes up a little bit more than the other side. So when I smile, I feel like it's a little bit uneven. So I was hoping today that we could try and even that out a little bit. So.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I had the same thing, and it really bothered me. And Dr. Lara Devgan evened it. And I feel that when I'm talking in front of cameras, when I'm being interviewed and the camera is focusing on my face, I feel much better when I don't, sometimes it's only you that can see it, but the feeling is not as perfect as you want it to be. And I'm handing it to you, Dr. Devgan.
Okay, so Allie's already beautiful. Look at this face. She's gorgeous. This is a really exciting time in her life. Our goal here is not to change the way she looks. We want to keep everything perfect just like this. We just want to slightly optimize and slightly balance her already pretty features. And with judicious and conservative use of some techniques, including injectable fillers, we can really help all kinds of brides, including you, look their absolute best for their wedding day. And I totally agree with what Pnina was saying, which is it's just about feeling comfortable. It's one of those things where you're going to notice that you look a little bit different and a little bit better, but nobody else is going to really notice. It's just going to be for you so that you can smile brighter in your photos and really just enjoy your day.
Yeah, and be more confident.
Yeah.
I think it's really all about how you feel on your wedding day. It's a big day. All the focus is on you. You are the princess, and sincerely, and Ali knows that I think this about her, you are perfect. You are beautiful. But sometimes we have this little thing that bothers us more in the mind than really actually physically, and we're going to get rid of it.
I agree. Yeah, and it's just human nature. All of us, it's human nature to want to present our best faces to the world, and that's how all of us feel, whether you're a little kid or an older person or somewhere in the middle, and whether it means coloring your gray hair, which I need to do, or putting on some lipstick, or like getting a little tiny intervention like this. And I think it's all a spectrum, and I think that there is sometimes some judgment involved with things like this, but as a woman and a plastic surgeon, I really truly feel that we should support each other and help each other achieve our own personal goals and kind of get to where we want to be in that journey.
Of course, and we always look at those ads and those models that are always very perfect, but and Dr. Devgan, you'll correct me if I'm wrong, I think that even the most beautiful women in the world get some help here and there.
I can't name any names, but I would have to agree. I would definitely have to agree.
So we're not the only ones.
You're not the only ones.
Okay, my love. So I think we should numb Ali because she's a little nervous.
Yeah, so that's what I do. So if you're getting a lip augmentation or really any injectables procedure, you will start with a conversation and analysis, some forms, all the boring stuff that we've already done. And then the next step is going to be that we will numb you. So this is some numbing cream that we're putting all over Ali's lips, and this is just designed to make the experience really comfortable for her so she can relax and not feel bad.
Okay, so you know that I'm designing 2 amazing dresses for Ali for her wedding.
I didn't know that. Yes, okay, tell me.
One of them will be more of, of a ball gown look.
Okay.
We're not revealing too many details because it's a surprise, but it's more of that princess dress for her ceremony, and then for her reception and the dancing and all, those amazing pictures, she's going to be wearing the most beautiful fitted dress. Mm-hmm. And from, Ali is very, very dear to my heart. First because I love her and she's a very, very good friend of mine, but also because she's been taking care of all my brides for such a long time and making sure that they really get the best service and that they, that they will get the dress of their dreams for their wedding day. And I think she deserves all the best because she's like, she's helping me being the God fairy mother for brides. So that's her turn now. And we're going to do that. And meanwhile, she's numbing. Dr. Devgan, what other advice would you give to brides to prepare themselves for their wedding days and to look, of course, amazing on that day?
Well, the most important thing is that you want to just feel really great about yourself. So take a little bit of extra time to get your routine in order. Get some extra sleep, eat healthy, spend some time exercising and doing the things you like, stay hydrated. So those are the basics, and you always want to do stuff like that. But when it comes to a little bit more specific and a little bit more of my world, there are a few things that you can do in the countdown to your big day. Number one would be to get on a medical grade skincare regimen. And what you really want to do is make sure that you're using products that actually work to help your skin tone and texture, to fade fine lines, to lighten dark spots, and to get you looking really good.
Damage from sun.
Damage from the sun, exactly. And, just to erase some of that environmental damage and sometimes a little bit of genetic concerns.
I do agree.
Number two is you want to kind of think about if there's anything that you need to do to optimize your complexion. And options for that include chemical peels, microneedling.
So I need you to explain to me a little bit about chemical peels.
Okay.
Because I am the next patient for that.
Okay. So a chemical peel is a really amazing little procedure where we apply to the surface of the face a liquid chemical. And it's a mixed modality, moderate depth type of peel for most patients. And basically what it does is it sloughs off the top layer of your skin to leave a beautiful, baby looking, even, pretty skin tone below.
So if you have some scars from acne or, things that you can really see, imperfections, can that help for that?
Definitely. It can help with acne scars. It can help with fine lines and crow's feet and things like that. It can help with irregular pigment if you've got tons of freckles or if you spent too many summers in the sun and you have those brown spots on your forehead or cheeks. A chemical peel is great for all of those things. So that's another option.
Wonderful. So you do recommend brides to do a chemical peel, but not too close to their
aggressive
wedding.
And not too close to the wedding. Exactly.
Okay,
so there's a bit of a countdown. Yes. Yeah, I would say try to plan things a couple months in advance of your wedding, just so there are no surprises.
Of course.
Your wedding day is filled with enough surprises.
Of course.
So
good surprises.
We'll minimize them in advance.
Perfect. What would you recommend, for brides, who have a little, some creases on their front head?
Yeah, so if you've got a little
from
bit
all
of
the stress,
wrinkling,
is my dress going to
if you're
be on
if
time?
you've been scowling at your planners and your in-laws, what you can do to appear happy and calm, like the perfect daughter-in-law you are, is a little bit of micro droplet Botox injection in the forehead. And I know better than anyone that Botox gets a horrible reputation for making you look crazy and frozen and all of that stuff.
It depends who injects it.
I totally agree.
Of course,
so there's a way to do Botox that, the way I do it, where we're doing micro droplet injection and we are really just softening and improving the quality of your facial expression. So we're not freezing your face. You can still move it in any way you want, but we're just making it look a little bit softer and more pleasant. And so that
many people don't know that Botox is used in order to prevent migraines.
Exactly.
Am I right?
You're totally right.
Yeah.
So Botox is really great for relaxing targeted muscles. So that can help you prevent some migraine-related stress in the lead up to your wedding. And at the same time, it can give you a little bit of a smoother forehead and a prettier complexion.
Yes.
So.
And also, if I'm not mistaken, Lara, it also helps with sweating issues.
Yeah, I recently had a few brides come in to get Botox in their armpits, and many people don't know that if you don't want to sweat on your big day and you have a beautiful gown that Pnina made for you.
Especially now that most gowns have sleeves. And,
exactly.
It's very uncomfortable when you're dancing and you have that,
sweat I can
marks.
do targeted Botox injection in the underarm area so you don't sweat for about 3 to 4 months, and it's perfectly safe. Your body has many other heating and cooling regulation mechanisms, so don't worry about that.
How about the hands?
And same with the hands. If you have sweaty palms or you tend toward getting a little nervous, that can be a really nice thing to do.
Wonderful. So we know about Botox now and what that can do in order to help brides prepare for their wedding and feel more comfortable with themselves, because there's so much stress before the wedding and on the wedding day itself. You know, many brides haven't been in front of the spotlights or, you know, surrounded by so many people.
Right, and you're going to get photographed a million times. Everyone you know,
photographed,
your whole
and you're
family.
the center of attraction.
Exactly.
So I do understand, you know, the stress and sometimes even the panic before such an event. And therefore, what we're doing is trying to, you know, give solutions for some little issues that brides may have before their wedding in order to make them feel good.
Yeah, and I think that that's really helpful.
Wonderful. Now, of course, Dr. Devgan, you're a surgeon, a plastic surgeon.
I am.
So, I mean, I did, you know, in my 27 years of working with brides, and brides do, you know, they do share with me what their problems are and how they feel some, you know, insecureness about certain things. And sometimes I have brides that comment and tell me, you know, Pnina, for my hairdo, I want my hair up. I want to do my hair up. But then look at me in profile, my nose. You know, sometimes it's in the center of your face.
It is. It totally
you
is.
know, if you don't think it's perfect, it really, that's all you think about.
Yeah.
So what would you recommend for that?
So, you know, there's a whole spectrum of things that we can do. And surgery is at one end of the spectrum, but you don't have to necessarily have surgery. If there's something little that you'd like to tweak about your facial proportions, like your nose a little bit droopy, or you have a bump on it, or your chin's a little bit small, all of those things can actually be addressed with injectable fillers. And so I recently had another bride come into my office who wanted a little bit of better facial balance, and we did a non-surgical rhinoplasty and chin augmentation. It took about 5 minutes, no downtime, no incisions or scars or anything.
So you're a magician.
Just with injectable filler. Yeah, you have to check out my Instagram because I have lots of before and after
That's
photos.
That's a wonderful thing to do, by the way,
Yeah.
because I know that on your Instagram,
Tons,
you do
yeah.
showcase real people, real brides, before and after.
Yeah, brides and all kinds of different people. But it's
by the way, mothers of brides are,
and that's
you know,
a huge part
as
of the
concerned
clientele
as
as well.
their
Yeah.
daughters, because it's a huge event for them as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you're walking your daughter down the aisle and you do want to be perfect.
Yeah.
So I was saying you're a magician. Can you swipe? Can you give me Ali's nose and put my nose on her face?
You both are beautiful. That's actually what this is. I know,
nose.
she does have a really great nose. That's a classic, you know.
And it's,
angular,
believe me,
pretty
she
nose.
was born with it. I know that for sure.
I think it looks great on you.
And she's
We
always
all
with her
have-
hair
yeah.
up, and we've also I mean, Ali has in mind to have her hair up for her ceremony with the ball gown dress, and then to let her hair down maybe on one side.
Oh, that's fun.
So you need to really have that beautiful profile when your hair is up, and I personally have an issue with my nose. I've always had it since I was little, and I never have my hair up. And my husband says to me, Pnina, put your hair up. I think you're beautiful, but I have this little, like, this bothers me.
Yeah.
So you're saying that with an injection you can fix that?
Yes.
Okay.
You know, injectables are kind of this brave new world in plastic surgery, and with no surgery at all, you can actually almost treat the human face like sculpture and just do a little bit here and there. You'd be surprised by how much 1 millimeter of change can make in the impression of, you know, a male or female face.
Amazing.
And it's kind of surprising. And so
Amazing.
we'll
So
see a
we're
little
very
bit of that.
lucky
Yeah.
to live in an era where
It's totally different.
things
Yeah.
like little interventions that are not even, you know, surgery or, you know, like, I would say more, how do you say?
Invasive.
Invasive.
Yeah. No, totally.
You don't really need to go that far in order to fix little imperfections, perfect little imperfections. Are we ready?
I think
for
we're
Ali?
ready. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're going to do now is, Allie, if you want to talk a little bit about how you feel, I'll get a couple of things ready,
Okay.
and then we'll get started.
Well, my lips are numb, and I feel silly because I can't talk.
Well,
It's in my mouth a little bit.
so today I will be talking to the brides more than Ali for a few hours.
It's in my mouth.
You want some water?
No, I just need a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we?
Wait, did you ever see
I'll
Christmas
take-
with the Cranks when he like eats the peaches
Yeah.
and they fall out of his mouth?
Here, my love. So yes. So I'll do the talking today, and until your mouth returns to itself. But we're really going to do very little, and Dr. Devgan does understand that it's not like you want, you know, a very full lip, because your lip proportion is beautiful for your face.
Right.
But I think that that asymmetry has been bothering you for a while now, and that's what Dr. Lara Devgan is going to do for us today.
Okay, so we're just cleaning everything off right here. And now, you know, when I'm analyzing your face, what I always start with is a little bit of a metric analysis. So, you know, if you actually take the time with a caliper ruler to compare both sides of the lip, you can see tiny degrees of asymmetry. So if we have a little bit of that 1 millimeter off that's bothering you, then I can measure it and mark it out and really, really address it very well. So I'll make a couple of marks on the midline of the lips and the cupid's peaks on both sides, and a couple of other places for some demarcations that will give me a bit of a grid line set up for injecting your lips. And that's going to help me to keep you symmetric and pretty and looking very even and nice. So now what I'm going to do is begin the
Do you want to
injection.
stand on this side?
I'm going to stand on both sides,
Okay,
so
so
I'll
I'll be
yeah,
turning.
so we'll
Okay.
be doing
So
a little bit of juggling and
I'll
musical
be-
chairs.
I'll
Do
be
you
the
want to
hand
hold
holder.
hands? Okay, so you're going to just tilt your head back a tiny bit like that.
So I can tell you,
And-
Ali, that this doesn't hurt, because I mean, Dr. Devgan did my asymmetry that I had, and it didn't hurt.
Take some
All you
deep
have to
breaths.
do, yes, is relax and take a deep breath.
Perfect.
How do you feel?
Like nothing.
Wonderful.
Okay, great. And then I'm going to squeeze
I'm
in
going
right
to
here.
move to
We're
the
going
other
to do
side.
slight musical chairs. I just think it's important for me to always be comfortable so I can do a good job for you. So that's why I tend to move around a bit.
So again, I really do believe that, I mean, most brides are beautiful and young, and they don't really have to do a lot, but sometimes just a little can change so much. And also, by the way, you know, Lara, that I do have brides that are older. I mean,
Absolutely. It's New York
recently-
City.
Yes. And I always like, you know, I like to give them all the best advice, because I feel like they're closer to my age. And if I can do something to make them look and feel more beautiful, of course I will always do that.
Well, I think
Wonderful.
that that's great. So I'm going to clean off your lips, and
And
then
also,
I want to take another peek. Yeah.
Lara,
Yes.
these are hyaluronic acids, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, and that's actually a really important point. So all of the fillers that I use in my practice are based on hyaluronic acid, which is the major component of the body's own collagen. And what that means is that they're fully dissolvable, and they're kind of the natural scaffolding for your tissues. So it's nothing weird and crazy and fake we're putting in here, and I'll let you feel it at the end, but it's very soft and squishy.
Do we need more?
So I think if we want a subtle look, I think
this
that
is
this is going to be
perfect.
perfect.
Yes.
I don't know if we should go too much more, because
Exactly.
we're doing a super minimal
From what I
little
see,
look.
she looks amazing.
I'm going to put just one drop in here just for symmetry, but it's not going to change the size at all. And you know, the other thing with lip augmentation is that, you know, augment means make better. It doesn't mean change and, you know, make you look like a different version of yourself. It means make you look like your own self and the best version of
And
yourself.
sometimes it means returning time, I mean, going backwards with time.
Exactly. I totally agree.
And returning the beauty. But you know, sometimes time does its effect, and I can tell. I mean, at my age at least, I can tell you that I can see things on my face that are not the same as they used to be 20 or 30 years ago.
Well, you know, interestingly, all of us experience some degree of lip atrophy, which means shrinking of the lip tissue. So it's not that lip augmentation or injections are going to make your lips look bigger, but if you do absolutely nothing with your lips are going to be smaller at 30 than they were at 15. It's just a fact, and that's time and aging. So we're just really giving Allie a bit of like a teenage lip look. Like, this is probably how her lips looked when she was 16 years old. They're not different. They're just like a little tiny bit more balanced and a little bit pretty and optimized for her face. So I think that looks awesome. How was the experience for you?
It was great. I didn't feel anything.
Perfect. So we're just going to clean you up.
Now I can tell you, she was texting me at midnight yesterday. They call me Neens.
Panicking.
So my staff calls me Neens. Christina calls me Neens. Ali calls me Neens. And she was saying, Neens. She was texting, I'm so afraid. And I said, no worries. Because,
Don't worry, yeah.
you know, it really depends. And it's also very, very important for me to specify that. It really depends which doctor you're going to, because in this domain there are many, you know, I would say many doctors or even people that are not doctors that inject, and I think that can be sometimes dangerous.
Yeah, it's not, even though it looks really simple, that's the other thing worth noting, even though it looks really simple and straightforward, and how hard could it possibly be to push a syringe, you have to have a mastery of the complex anatomy of the entire face, every nerve, vessel, muscle, structure, substructure, in order to do this safely without giving someone any problems. So, you know, caveat emptor, be a little bit careful and be smart. Always do your homework.
Because I've seen, I have to tell you, I mean, I've been dealing with brides, you know, being their designer and their, I would say, their mentor, because they talk to me about everything around the wedding. And I have seen some very, you know, sad cases where brides have gone to, for example, beauticians that, you know, inject, and the results were not what they were expecting.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes it's better to do your research and find someone who has great reviews and a very good experience in what they do, and then go to the best, because you don't play with your beauty.
Exactly. You have one face.
Exactly.
And you have, you know,
and you
one
never
big
get a
day.
second chance
Exactly.
to make a first impression, which is on your wedding
I
day.
wanted to just show you what this filler feels like, so I'm not going to prick you, but just stick out your finger. And it's interesting because most people don't realize that it's like a really nice watery substance. So it almost feels like hair gel or jelly, and you can kind of feel it. And
Oh, wow.
so it's not some crazy lumpy, bumpy, irregular, weird thing in your lips. It's something that is a very supple aqueous solution that will naturally integrate into your tissues and also naturally dissolve.
And it's not silicone.
And it's
many
not
people
silicone. That's a
call
really
this
important.
silicone.
Yeah, that's not true, and it's a really important
Yeah,
distinction.
yeah. So it's natural.
So-
It fades away after how long?
So this will last somewhere in the range of 6 to 12 months with this particular filler, but lip augmentation overall can range from 4 months on up to about 12. It really depends on your metabolic rate and how much you move your mouth. So if you're like me and you, we talk a lot.
We talk a lot.
So that's a little
Brides
less
can
long.
tell you we talk a lot because we want to give them all the information, you know, and the perfect service. So, Lush, we'll get to your wedding right on time.
Yes.
With the perfect lips.
Yes.
And I'm so happy because you're over it.
That's right. And you just look
Thank you.
even more beautiful than you already were.
Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you, Dr.
You're
Devgan,
so welcome.
for sharing with
so
us.
fun
And
to hang
you know,
out.
it's important that our viewers get some information, the right information,
Yeah.
and feel comfortable. You know, if you have any questions, you can always go to our Instagram and ask us the questions, or, you know, message me, and I will always be able to contact Dr. Devgan, or even on your Instagram.
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and you know, we're always around, so
Exactly.
we'll help you.
To do everything so that you can be the most beautiful version of yourself. Feel confident, be beautiful. You are beautiful, but sometimes we need a little bit of help. I love you all. Have a great day.